Hello, my little artists. Now that we have listened to our story about the leaves, I'm going to show you how we're going to create a watercolor leaf project today. Now, you guys are not going to be doing this with me. I'm going to show you how to do it, and then you guys are going to do it on your own. So right now, you just need to sit back and watch. I'm going to get me a fresh sheet of paper. Now, we need to be using our fall colors. And as you can see from my leaves, I've used red, orange, and yellow for my leaves. And then my background, I've used green and brown. Those are the fall or autumn colors. There are warm colors, red, orange, and yellow, plus green and brown, okay? So, first thing we're going to do is I'm going to get out some markers, and I'm going to start with my warm colors because these are the colors I'm going to use to create my leaves. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with a curved line, and then I'm going to draw another curve like a rainbow, and then a smile underneath. Okay? Then I'm going to put a line in the middle and a couple lines coming out for the veins of those leaves. And then I'm going to come to a different part. I'm going to do a different curve, another rainbow, another smiley, line in the middle, and some lines for the veins. Okay, so I'm going to do two red, and then down here I'm going to do a yellow. So I start with the curved line for the stem, and then a rainbow line, a smiley face, and then I'm going to add in those little lines for the veins. It's kind of hard to see the yellow, but that's okay. Another curved line for my stem, rainbow line, smiley face, and a line with some diagonals coming off of it for my veins of my leaf. Okay? Now I'm going to do some orange. Curved line, rainbow, smiley, straight line with some diagonals for the veins. And then I'm going to add one more over here. Curved line for my stem, rainbow line, smiley face, line in the middle with some diagonals for the veins. Okay, now that I've got my leaves, I'm going to go back and get brown and green. Okay, so I'm just going to make some marks, just making some lines all over. They look like confetti, just little lines. I'm going to do some brown, and then we'll go back and do some green. Now, I don't want to put these in my leaves. I want these around my leaves, okay? Okay, just add a few brown and green all the way around. That's going to kind of look like the ground when we're done. Now, here comes the magic. Are you ready? Did you know we were doing magic today? This is magic. So, I have a cup of water with a paintbrush. Now, when I'm painting, do I want to smush my paintbrush down, or do I want to drag it lightly? I want to drag it lightly. I don't want to smush it. I want to kind of tilt it on the side and drag it so I get a little bit of water on my brush. Now, I'm not going to go over the lines of the stems. I'm just going to do the leaves. Now, watch what happens when I add water to this. Look at that. It's just like magic. And now my leaf is colored in, and my leaf is going to be all pretty and red. So if you run out of water, just go back to your water cup. Let me get it in here so you can see it. I'm going to get a little bit of water, and then I'm going to go back and add some water, and I'm going to stay in the lines of my leaves. I'm going to kind of go over those lines of the veins, and now my leaf is all pretty. Now, when I get ready to change colors, I need to swish my brush around in my water, I'm going to move my water cup over here so you can see a little bit better what I'm doing. I'm just swishing it around a little bit, and then we'll tap it to get some of the water off because I don't want too much. And then we'll come over here and I'm going to do yellow. And again, I'm just going around the inside of the leaf, over those veins, just to color it in yellow. The yellow one you can't really see very well, but that's okay. It looks pretty when you see it in real life. I'm going to swish my brush around, get that yellow out of it, tap it a few times to get some of the water off. Now I'm going to do some orange. And again, look how pretty this is. And I'm just going to do the inside of the leaf. I'm not doing the stem, just inside the leaf, along those veins, until I've got the whole thing colored in. And then I'm going to swish my brush, tap it to get some of the water off, and move on to another leaf. I gotta do all my leaves. Now I did 6 leaves. You do more? Absolutely. You can do as many as you want. But the leaves we're going to do in those warm colors, red, orange, and yellow. And then the background we're going to do with the brown and the green. And we're just going to take our brush. This orange does really well. And we are just, we'll fly in here today. And then I'm just going to paint inside. And it's making my leaves look so pretty. And again, don't forget, you need to rinse your brush off in between each colors, or else your colors are going to mix. And this is a project we don't want the colors to mix. Okay, so I've got all of my leaves done now. Got all of my leaves, so now I'm going to go back and I'm going to do all of my little lines I did. I'm going to start with the green ones. And I'm just going to run my brush over them. Just run my brush over them. Add a little water. That's going to smear that marker a little bit and make the color run a little bit all over my paper. I'm going to do all of the green ones first. Make sure I get all those green ones, and I don't want them to get into my leaves. I want these to stay separate from my leaves because I don't want to accidentally turn my leaves green and brown. I want them to stay those nice, pretty fall colors. Okay, now, once I'm done with green, I need to swish my brush, tap it a few times to get excess water off of it, and then I'm going to go back and do the brown. And these browns, you can see the brown a whole lot better on this video. The greens are pretty, but it's kind of hard to see on the video what they're really going to look like. The brown you can definitely see, and I'm just going to go over my lines. I'm just going to add some color in. And then once I'm done, I can switch out my brush and just leave it in the cup. And my watercolor leaves are finished. Okay, so what we're going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and leave this picture up on the screen for you. And you guys are going to get your markers and your paper and your paintbrush and your water, and you are going to go ahead and start creating your own watercolor leaves. So I hope you guys have fun, and until next time.